dead. I still can't believe it. That sly old fox was tougher than Valerian steel.
Yes, it's unfortunate news, but I won't let it interfere with the mission he assigned me. I think we're close. My men would have set up camp in the area.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to Game of Thrones, the game. I actually just watched this Sunday's episode, and it was pretty ballin'. And then I remembered I haven't played this game in a while, so I decided to play this tonight instead of Dragon's Dogma. Alright, so last episode we left off, we made a deal with Cersei on Alistair, and then swiftly switched back to Big Papa Pomp Moors, which is infinitely better. Oh yeah, should we be sniffing for stuff? I'm not sure.
Not just her face.
Everyone's fresh and clean in this place, dude. There's nothing to smell. Rhubarb instead of Robert.
Did everything go well in Castle Black?
All is well. As we had hoped, the Night's Watch is here to help us. I gave Sir Westford the missive I have here. He knows where to find the girl. What's going on here? Let me hear your report.
We were able to position some men here and scout the area. The region seems safe.
We're in Night's Watch territory. The lands are obviously well protected.
Of course, my lord. Jared passed this way. He took some men with him to scout the village south of here.
I never promised such a thing. Jared forgets who gives the orders here. I'll make sure to remind him in due time. We'll continue our journey, Sir Westford. Let's go towards Molestown, where we'll probably find Jared. Robart, stay in your position and await my return.
As you wish, sir.
Apparently they hyped that gameplay up way too much because it seems useless. Alright, we're getting to Molestown. Sniff, sniff. Nothing. Just nothing. This place is sterile.
You know something. Spill it before I scatter your teeth onto the floor.
Please, I beg you. I don't know what you're talking about. I swear. I'm but a simple traveling merchant.
Enough, Jared.
What? Oh. It's you, Sir Godric. This peasant refuses to answer my questions.
Leave him alone.
You can leave.
Very well, my lord. Thank you.
I haven't finished with him.
Yes, you have. No one tortures the people of the gift without good reason.
And you'll do what? Hang me, like you did my brother? Try it. I could use a laugh.
Hold your tongue. Believe me, if I felt like killing you, I wouldn't have need of a noose.
Yeah!
No one talks to me this way, especially not a crow from that damned wall.
Shut your mouth, Jared. You disgrace us when you speak to Sir Westford that way.
But...
Silence! Return to camp and await me there. Sir Westford, his behavior is unacceptable. I offer my most humble apologies.
Just make sure he doesn't delay us.
I'll keep an eye on him. How do you plan on finding the girl?
John Arryn's letter mentions the whores at the brothel. We'll start there.
Do you think they'll talk?
The Night's Watch is in charge around here. I've had a few dealings with the local madam before, when sworn brothers found their way to her establishment. If she knows something, I'll soon find out.
Moors Westford, Night Watch Cop!
The hamlet seems tiny. We'll have gone through it in no time.
Don't let yourself be fooled. The Molestown is much bigger than it seems. More than 3/4 of the town is underground. The underground tunnels were dug by several generations of people. Living below the surface protects them from the cold. And in the midst of the tunnels is the whorehouse. I'm sure that's where we'll find the girl. This much was clear in the letter.
I see. So she's hidden among the whores. Few would think to look for her there. Lord John Arryn certainly was a diligent man.
There's also this little girl in her there that's like a 3D holographic image. And she works for the umbrella company, bro. Shit's crazy.
More and more frequent. I don't know what I shall do.
Have you seen any whores?
What, like your mother? Don't ever say something like that to Moore's Westford. He will, like, seriously. He will eat you. Moore's will eat you. Or his dog will eat you. Come on, dog. Find me some goodies. Sniff out some whores, doggy. Do it. I guess this is it. All we could do is go down, I guess. There's nothing to be had. Ooh, a cleaver. That can't possibly be better than what I got. What am I doing? Return to the game. What do we have here? Alright, where's the cleaver? No, I didn't want to do that. 23. What's the cleaver do? 22? Alright, good. That ain't even the right weapon. Derp! I have way too much stuff in my inventory. I gotta sell some stuff. It'd be nice if, like, everything didn't have the same, like, logo. It's like the same icon for every weapon. There's a lot of people to talk to. Sybil!
Well, well. If it isn't the great Moore's Westford.
Be civil,
hero of
Sybil.
Castle
Cover
Black.
those
What
saggy
can I do
boobies
for
up.
you, handsome? Why don't you join me in my
I'm looking
chambers,
for a woman with
and I'll
4
show you what
chins,
a
not
real
3
woman
like
can
you.
do.
Do you have any of
The
those?
wall collapses. I'll think about your proposition.
Charming as usual. So, what are you here for? Come to take your lost crows home? Walder brought in a new boy. I believe his name is Patrick. They're in the back. Do with him what you will. But no brawling in my establishment.
No, I'm not here for pleasure. I'm looking for a girl.
Then you're here for the same reason as everyone else. What is your pleasure? Fair hair? Brown hair? Dancers? A girl skilled with her
All of the
tongue?
above. Shake her down. I don't even want to touch her. She looks like she's got some kind of AIDS or something. Look at her. She's covered in moles and warts and death.
Tell me, Sybil, when was the last time a newcomer turned up at Molestown?
I don't know. Quite a while ago. Why?
Because I've heard that a girl recently arrived in town. A young woman fleeing.
What was she fleeing from?
The kind of danger that would force someone to hide out in a remote place like Molestown. Men who want to kill her at any cost, for instance.
And she meant to hide here until the world had forgotten about her?
That's right.
But what did she do?
I don't know. But I hope to find her before those other men do.
I would like to help you, but I'm afraid I've not seen your mystery girl. If a Southron girl had turned up, I think I would have known.
I never said she was Southron.
Oh, well, I just assumed.
Damn!
Anyway, if
You've
you
been
come
mind
here
freaked,
just to ask
bitch!
me foolish questions, I must request that you leave. I've a business to run.
Punch her in the boobs. Or hold on. Do I want to punch her? I could totally punch her. Oh, I have the dog biter. Then the dog
Listen,
might die.
Sybil, this girl is in considerable danger. I believe that the men chasing her may have been involved in the death of the king's hand.
The king's hand was assassinated? Moors, you must be joking.
When have you ever known me to be joking? If these people were powerful enough to assassinate the king's hand, it won't be difficult for them to track her here.
Well, what would you do if you found her?
The king's hand wanted this girl protected. I'm here to make sure that happens. I'm sure I can protect her better than you and your girls can.
Very well. I know that you're a man of honor. I hope I don't regret this decision. The girl's name is Jane Greystone. She's been hiding here for some time.
I thank you for your trust, Sybil. Now, where is the girl?
She's in one of my rooms, downstairs. Go down the stairs, turn left. It's the last door on the right. But don't you dare hurt her.
Don't worry. I'm here to protect her. Thank you for your help.
And what a charming man I am. We're gonna show up with 2 severed heads on my belt. She's like, don't you hurt her or I'm gonna cough on you and give you what I got. Which is the worst punishment in the world, by the way. Stay away from her, Sir Goric. She's nasty. Some dude's name is Mule. Sup, Mule? Serial Pharrell's dueling boots. One of my favorite characters, actually. Serial Pharrell. I need heavy armors. This is all for girls. Whereas, like, what kind of shit is this? This isn't legit armor. I'm just gonna sell all this because I'm never gonna use any of it. Sell it. I'm selling all this crap. Finally got some money. We might be able to buy something. Alright, at least now I don't have all this crap in my inventory. What's up, Lamy?
Oh, my lord, thanks for helping me earlier. Without you, I would have lost a few teeth back there. Come closer, you two. Take a look at our selection of wares. The mule
Give
will
me
show
money.
them to you.
Who gave you permission to speak to me?
Oh, I beg your pardon, my lord. I did not mean to offend you. I just wanted to help the Night's Watch.
Listen, peddler. Some of the wildlings I confronted just recently were armed with steel blades. That seemed a bit strange, because wildlings do not forge steel, so these weapons must come from our side of the wall.
Oh, it's fucking
And then I
Batman!
happen upon your traveling shop here.
I've nothing to do with that, my lord. I would never do such a thing. I have my merchant's honor to uphold.
That why you wear a hood?
That's right, and you do well to remember that. You can stay 1 or 2 more days to sell the locals what they need, nothing more. When you're finished, go back to the south. If I hear that you've strayed further north, or have overstayed your welcome, I'll find you.
Yes, my lord. I swear. I'll leave as soon as I'm done.
Dude, Moores is seriously like Batman, man. He knows everyone's life.
My castle's big enough for all of you.
My castle's big enough for all of you? Wow. That's probably the best pickup line I've ever heard.
Hi, it's Moores. I wasn't expecting to meet you here.
Would you shut up?
You've taken your vows so recently, your words still hang in the air, Patrick.
Please, this sort of thing. Just look at the poor bugger. All of your fellow watchmen are dead. You know how it is. He needs to pick up his spirits.
I can speak for myself, Walder. Moores, would you care to join in our discussion?
I don't know much about you, Patrick. I hear you used to be into smuggling.
I don't really want to talk about that, Moores.
Don't be shy, you're amongst brothers here.
You've probably seen plenty of interesting things in your life. Tell us.
First of all, I was not a smuggler.
Weren't your crimes what led you to take the black?
Very well. If you really want to know, like half the men at the wall, I was once a farmer with fertile lands and a family. Then one day, I lost everything. I was out hunting for stag, and when I returned home, there was nothing but smouldering ruins left. The wildlings were raiding along the coast, and it led them right to my home. My wife, she wasn't the type to let herself be pushed around by anyone. If you saw what they did to her...
7 hells. Every last one of those wildling monsters deserves to die.
All I had left was my warhammer. I'd found it while marching with the Starks during the rebellion. All I could do was take my boat and follow the scum across the Bay of Seals. Once I got to the other side of the wall, it was easier than I'd expected. They probably thought they were out of harm's way and they were careless. They didn't even try to cover their tracks. When I finally caught up with them, it was dark out. The swine were getting drunk on what they'd stolen from me. So I waited for my moment. After a while, most of them could no longer stand. And that's when I went for them. First, I killed the watchman. But then one of their men saw me and cried out. It became a bloodbath. The drink had made them slow of foot and awkward. It made it easy for me. I don't know how long the killing lasted. When it was over, I was covered in blood, wounds, my clothes slashed to shreds. I said to myself, Pat, you're a dead man. Might as well let the cold take you. I let myself drift off. When I opened my eyes, I was in Castle Black. I had been picked up by rangers who'd discovered the camp. It took me a month to heal. In that time, I was accused of everything by the Brothers of the Night's Watch. Smuggling, being a wildling, and I just couldn't convince otherwise. So, as soon as I was able to walk again, I was given the choice. Take the black, or the noose.
You suffered an injustice, but you had the right of it to join us, brother. You have a new family now.
Incredible. I didn't know a killer like you was one of our recruits.
What about you, Walder? How did you get to the wall?
Let me think about it for a minute. Where to begin?
I think I know what you want to talk about.
Say nothing, Moors. You'll spoil the surprise. You see my necklace, Patrick? The High Septon gave it to me personally.
The High Septon? The head of the Faith of the Seven? You must be joking.
I swear it's true.
I just want to stay here because some chick's boobs are in the background.
He's right, but I'm not sure you really want to hear
Every
the
camera
story.
angle boobs!
Contrary, I would like to hear it.
Very well. I had a simple, humble, and poor life, like you, Patrick. Much like any other peasant in the Seven Kingdoms, you might say. I had a wife, Shori. She was delicate and buxom, always smiling, a good woman. Never complained without good reason. She was devoted to the Seven and always ready to aid her neighbor. The best day in my life was the day she agreed to marry me. But all good things come to an end. She fell ill while with child. I sold everything to pay for her treatment. My livestock, my fields, and even my home. All that only to be sold false remedies by swindlers preying on my love. When I finally figured out what they were doing, I pounced on 2 of the filthy whoresons and gave them what they deserved. I beat them bloody and took my time over it, too.
You chose your destiny, as we did ours.
I wasn't expecting that from you, Walder. I'd mistaken you for a skilled thief.
It would have been better if I was. I probably wouldn't be here now. I spent 20 years of my life protecting this piece of ice. And unlike you, if I had to do it all again, I wouldn't.
So that's when they caught you?
No, let me finish. Shuri held out until the end of her pregnancy, so that the child could survive. She suffered more than I imagined possible. The day she went into labor, I was alone with her. Giving birth to our daughter was too much strain. It killed her. I buried her that same evening. I wanted a better life for my little girl, a different life. I swore by the Seven that she wouldn't end up like her mother, that she would only have the best. The following day, I left home carrying what was left of my possessions on my back to baptize my little girl into the faith. I walked for more than 3 weeks, feeding my little girl as I could and praying each day that she would survive. I eventually reached King's Landing. I knelt before the wondrous gold and crystal dome of the Great Sept. Once inside, an old Septon welcomed me. I told him my story. I confessed everything. He listened attentively. I cried on his shoulder, and he comforted me with soothing words. Afterwards, he took my daughter in for observation. He asked a servant to bring him some goat's milk, and that's when I understood. That old man wasn't just a Septon. He was the High Septon himself.
Really?
Yes. He said if I handed myself in to the king's justice, they would take care of my daughter. He would personally ensure that she'd have a good life.
And you gave yourself up? Just like that?
That's right. I gave them my little girl and handed myself over to the king's justice. When they brought me in, the High Septon personally gave me this necklace. For me, it represents my absolution.
Quite a story.
Yeah, I suppose so. But yours wasn't too bad either.
Each and every sworn brother has his tale to tell, and none of them are enviable.
What about you, Moors? Why did you come to the wall?
I can't talk now, Patrick. I have affairs to attend to. I must go. I'll turn a blind eye this time, but don't linger here too much longer.
We'll have another round and then we're off, I promise.
That's a pretty rough story. Just proves that not everyone in the Night's Watch is really a straight-up criminal. Why do I want to talk to the cook? What are you serving tonight? I don't know. I think it's meat.
Out of my kitchen. I've enough troubles without having to clean up after the likes of you.
Would you want to eat anything this guy made? He's got more chest hair than a bear. Alright, there's one last person to talk to. Is it still the cook? Talk to me again, cook.
Out of my kitchen.
No.
I've enough.
Alright, so it must be someone downstairs.